What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we are going to pick up the new BMW i3. I'm going to show you guys around it, and I'm going to talk to you about my logic behind purchasing it. I've got a lift on the way. We're heading to the Carvana vending machine. It's a vending machine that vends cars. Anyway, I figured we'd take a look at the fish real quick, see how they're doing. Their pond is getting dirty because the filter isn't working. The drain pipe for the pump cracked during that winter storm. It's getting kind of green in there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyway, the Corvette and the Mustang GT just left on a flatbed, and he's coming back to get the Caprice and the Cougar, and those cars are going to IAA auction today. Sad day seeing them go, but you guys should have an opportunity to be able to bid on them, so I guess that's a good thing. Now my Lyft driver is on the way, so let's go to Carvana. Let's see how this whole vending machine experience works. Let's see what it's like to buy a $20,000 electric car that used to cost over 50 grand, sight unseen. All right, guys, we are masked up. We're ready to go. You see that Auto Auction Rebuilds right there. And our Lyft driver should be coming around the corner. Well, any second now. I'm ready. Let's go pick up this new weird electric with a gasoline generator built in 2018 BMW i3. All right, guys, we made it to Carvana. There is the vending machine. Damn thing's a skyscraper, man. And what's really cool, you guys won't be able to see it, but I've already seen my Beamer. It is way up there on that side of the building, man. So very cool. I've never done this before. It's not sponsored. They don't even know that like I'm a YouTuber. They have no idea. They're about to find out though. But yeah, there it is, guys. Let's get in here and pick up my car. All right, Nick, go ahead, do the honors, man. Put the quarter in there. That sounds scary. I can see the Beamer right there. Yeah, there she goes. Okay, this would have been cooler if we'd come at night. Wow. What do you think?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah? She makes a lot of noise, don't she? There it goes, sliding up on it. That is so cool. Oh, wow. All right, this is why I chose to come down here instead of having it delivered to my door. Tell me that is not cool. And then it should just push it right out there. It's like the car blinked at us. All right, that is cool. Not the car so much. That is awesome, man. There she goes. There it is, guys. Let's go get our car. All right, guys, there she is, the 2018 BMW i3 that I got for under $20,000, guys. I don't know. I like it. I haven't driven it yet. I haven't even really seen inside of it yet. It's I think it takes a little getting used to. BMW LED, you got the fake kidney grills. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. We can review it a little more back at the house, but it's small, very small, at least on the outside. It is from California, and I had it delivered to the Carvana vending machine. It's a wrap, man. There it is. Take a look at the hatch here. You got your turbo cord right here. This was a $500 option, and glad to see that it came with it. Take a look. Oh yeah, she's clean. I like that blue frost on the seats, on the steering wheel. You can see down here, this is all carbon fiber. The entire tub of the car, the whole passenger compartment is actually carbon fiber. The doors are kind of like suicide doors. They open backwards. And there's your rear seats. Interesting little car, man. Interesting little car. And the best part is they've got a 7-day return policy, so we can try it. And if we like it, then we can keep it. And if we don't like it, we can bring it back, and there's no penalties. There's no worries. Now, I know that this front here has a latch right here, a safety latch in case you don't close it all the way. There's your frunk, very small. You got your tow hook, you got some fix-a-flat, and you got your little BMW provided air compressor. It's just washed too. Okay, what do you say, guys? Let's take the i3 on the road. Let's take her on her first drive. This car was over $50,000 just a couple years ago. Just a couple years ago, this was a $50,500 car. I got it for $19,900. I added a $2,000 warranty that covers it to 100,000 miles or 60 months. 60 months, 100,000 miles, and it covers everything. Well, immediately I notice a warning that says stop carefully and check tires. On cars with run flat tires, the journey can be continued at speeds of up to 50 miles an hour. So we do have a low tire warning light right there. It also shows a low tire warning light right there. I'm going to adjust my seats, buckle up, and we're going to get on the road. All right, so to start the car, there's a little button right here. Okay, it makes an interesting little noise. And we do still have our TPMS light. Then to put it in drive, you grab this big thing here and you put it forward. That's drive, and we should be on our way. Wow, it's so quiet. It's got 19 miles of battery. Okay, I can't lie, it would have been nice if they would have charged it for me, because it's probably about 19 miles home from here. So thankfully we do have the range extender. This does have the gas generator. It's important to remember that the gas generator is not a gasoline engine per se. This is not a hybrid. The car does not run on gasoline. It runs on electricity only, which makes it a true EV. The difference is the Rex, the range extender, is a 600cc scooter engine, 2-cylinder, and that 2-cylinder engine is actually a generator that charges the batteries so that the car can run on electricity. The car will never run off of gasoline because there is no electric motor. All right, guys, let's get this thing. I wonder if we should take it on the turnpike. Yeah, let's get on the turnpike, guys. Let's see how it does on the interstate. Okay, guys. Wow. She moves. Okay, now remember, I had a Tesla Model S P90D with Ludicrous, so it's going to take a lot more than that to impress me. We did just merge in front of another BMW, though, so there's that. We're going 77 miles an hour on the interstate. The car is unbelievably comfortable for what I would consider to be a subcompact. This is a tiny car. It's very windy today. I'm not being blown all over the road. I am pleasantly surprised. I was expecting something more along the lines of a Chevy Spark. You know, a very small and relatively uncomfortable, bouncy, clunky. Not at all, man. This car is, this thing is just smooth as silk. This is wild, guys. Like I said, we're going 75 miles an hour right now, which is the speed limit. We're on the turnpike. Let's go ahead and get over here. The great thing about it is it's such a small car, you can pretty much maneuver into just about anywhere, and because it's got that electric motor, it's instant torque, so you hit the throttle and off you go. Another benefit, that something that I'm learning here, is that wow, she has no issues merging onto the interstate at all. None. One of the things I'm noticing is the regenerative braking is very strong on this car. I have yet to need to use the brake pedal. As soon as I let off the accelerator, the car starts going into regenerative braking mode, and it slows down very rapidly. So I'm going to have to try it out a little bit later when we come to a stop sign or a stoplight and see if the car will actually come to a complete stop using regenerative, boy, that is so hard for me to say, regenerative braking. We'll find that out here in a little bit. For now, though, I've got the air conditioning on. It says we've got 14 miles of range, and I am almost certain we are further than 14 miles away from the house. So let's get to a stoplight. Let's see. I just heard Jessica sigh. See, that's called. Let me tell you what that is. It's okay. That's called range anxiety. It's a common thing with EVs, and it's something that everybody has. Range and anxiety is a real thing because you don't know if you're going to make it or not. The difference is, with an EV that has a generator built into it that runs on gasoline, if you run out of battery, you're fine. Because the gasoline 600cc scooter engine is going to engage, start charging the battery, and you can continue on your way. You don't have to have range anxiety when you're driving in a BMW i3. All right, guys, I am not using the brakes at all. And just by letting off the gas, in fact, I got to hit the gas again. You don't even need, I'm nervous approaching a car with my foot off the brake, but there it is. We just came to a complete stop. I don't even know if you can see that or not. 0 miles an hour. We also have 0 range. Air conditioning is still on. Radio is on. Like, it's nice and cool in here. And so far, the highway drive was great, man. I was zipping in and out of traffic. Not like being a douchebag or anything, but, you know, just enjoying the car. I'm going to stop and put some gas in it because that's something you don't do to an EV. So let's give that a try. We do have about half a tank of fuel, and there is absolutely no battery left. So let's stop, put a little bit of gas in it, and I think I want to run to Starbucks real quick because that seems like the appropriate thing to do in an electric vehicle, right? Especially one from California. Like, we got to stop at Starbucks. So let's grab a coffee, get some gas, and then head back to the house where we can plug the car in and see how long it's going to take to charge. Well, as expected, we ran out of battery. And now we're stranded on the side. No, we're not. No, we're not. We still have gas, but I figure we'll go ahead and fill it up. There's a button down here. Hopefully that worked. Let's put gas in the electric car. All right, so we've got a little gas door right here. Stick that in there. And what do you think, guys? Put some non-ethanol gas in it. Let's put some non-ethanol. What does it recommend? 80 recommends 91. So let's go ahead and put 91 non-ethanol in the electric car. All right, guys. She held less than $5. 1.4 gallons of gas. Let's see if she's got a full tank. Here we go. All systems okay. Yeah. I'll fasten my safety belt. Yes, full tank of gas. Currently shows it gives us an extra 70 miles of range. And the warning lights for the tire pressure monitor has gone off. So everything looks good. We've got no warning lights on now. And we are back on the road again. Let's get to the house. All right, guys, we made it back to AARHQ number 2, and my first thoughts on the car are, it's a washing machine on wheels. I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. I actually really enjoyed the car. The driving experience was beyond anything I could have imagined out of a car this compact, but at the same time, I see the car and I'm thinking Chevy Spark, Nissan Leaf, you know, Chevy Bolt type cars, and I'm expecting the typical GM clunky, you know GM, the cheap interiors, the clunkiness, and that's the way they're meant to be. They're compact, subcompact cars. They're teeny tiny. You don't expect much from them. They're just A to B cars. Well, something that I guess slipped my mind was that this car was $50,000. That's where they start at. They start at 50, and you can get them fully loaded for about $62,000, $63,000. This car is probably one of the worst depreciating cars on the market, maybe ever. To think that this is a 2018, it still has the full factory warranty for 50,000 miles. All right, it's got an additional warranty that covers it to 100,000 miles. This car was under $20,000, $19,900 for a car that just 2 years ago was over 50 grand. That's absolutely wild. That's insane. Now, I am happy to report these tires have exceptional tire tread on them. I mean, exceptional. The tires look almost brand new. These are Bridgestones. In fact, I think you only have one or two options when it comes to tires for this car. Bridgestone obviously is that may be it. The tires are a very weird size. They're basically bicycle tires. Take a look down there, guys. That's how wide the front tires are. Like, my hand is wider than the front tires. They're like bicycle tires. Let me see if I can find they are 155 7019s on the front, and on the back, what do we have back here? 175 6019s on the back. I love the wheels. I think the design is really, really nice. I picked this color in particular because there's just something about it that pops with me. It's a really bright white with kind of like a piano black finish. Very, very bright white on black, contrasting colors that look really good. You get the same thing with the wheels. You got that shiny aluminum finish, machine finish, and then you've got that shiny kind of piano black on top of it as well. Really, really nice. And it's locked. Okay, hold on. I do have keys to this car somewhere. Here are the keys to the car. All right. You get a little bitty, itty bitty key fob. It's teeny tiny. Go ahead and open it and take a better look at the inside here. This carbon fiber, man, like, I really love opening the door and seeing this beautiful carbon fiber. Look at those carbon fiber pillars. It's an expensive car, guys, because it was expensive to build. Again, we have this sharp contrast between this glossy black and this bright frost blue color right here. You have this weird, like, recycled material for the doors here. Nice and soft where it needs to be, though. Very nice and soft where it needs to be. You have the same thing on this massive dash over here. It is, and look at all the room. Look at all the room that you have in here. Like, the one thing that's missing that I can't find is the cup holder. There is a secondary cup holder that's supposed to click in there, and unless this is it right here, and it may be, I can't figure out how to get this cup holder out. So I may have to do some reading on that. You've got your iDrive system right here. You've got your traditional radio and climate controls there. I love it. I love it. Now, this car is not for everybody. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'd say it takes a very special kind of person to actually go out and buy a car like this. It doesn't look like anything else on the road, period. It's so unique, and honestly, that's why I decided to buy it. With the many long treks that I'm going to have to make back and forth to AAR headquarters number 1 and number 2, I figured this is a great little hatchback that should make the driving experience, I think, kind of entertaining, while at the same time saving a lot on gasoline, on fuel. Also, I thought this would be a great car to bring to the channel and maybe do some road trips in it. Not many people use these for road trips. These are really more of a city car. So the idea of taking them on long trips, well, it sounds a little crazy, but because this does have the Rex, the range extender, I think we can do it, and I think we'll be just fine. Another interesting thing is here is the fast charge cable. This is the turbo mode 2. This is the turbo charging cord. It's still in its package, so I'm wondering if they just never used it. Maybe they only charged up at charging stations. Now, another thing that I did, I've got a lot of stuff for this car, and more than I'm going to cover in this video, but right here, I bought this the other day for like $359. I was able to buy this brand new. This is a must start, like mustard, but must start. This is a 40 amp level 2 charger. 40 ampere, guys, and it has your traditional NEMA, NEMA 1450 cable right there. And I bought this for a reason, because ARHQ number 2 just happens to have, guess what? A NEMA 1450. Yes, it is on a 50 amp breaker like it's supposed to be, conduit. I was very excited. I plugged in my must start, try it out for the first time, and it didn't turn on. I checked the breakers, everything was good. I then checked the conduit, checked it going up, and right there is the end of the conduit, and there are no wires going through the conduit. At that point, I removed the screws and I took the cover off that plate, and there is nothing in there at all. There is no NEMA connector, so that level 2 charger that I bought for this house isn't going to work currently unless I install a NEMA 1450, which really sucks. Now, I can definitely install one down at the other AAR house. Not a big deal to install one of those down there, but we're gonna pull it into the garage. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the level 1 charger, which, yeah, it's not really gonna do anything. And we'll just kind of get an idea of how long it's gonna take to charge up. So, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of people wondering why I would spend $20,000 on a car like this. You can't use the excuse that it's for saving gas, because nobody spends $20,000 to save a few dollars on gasoline. Now, it would be a different story if this was your only car and you traded in your gas guzzler or something. But as you guys know, I have my 2020 Jeep Wrangler. I have my 2019 Ram 2500 Cummins Turbo Diesel. And now I have the 2018 BMW i3. So I can't justify the purchase by saying I bought it to save gas. It just, the logic is not sound. So guys, if you're thinking about going and buying this, or ladies, if you're going and buying this and you're going to try to explain it that way to your significant other, it's not going to fly, because you just spent $20,000 on a depreciating asset that you're not going to get your savings back from the fuel that you save. It's absolutely not going to happen. But I bought this because I thought it would definitely save on fuel. It's fun to drive. It's unique. I don't know about where you're at, but here in Oklahoma, I have never seen another one of these on the street. Not ever. I have never seen an i3, and this white, black with that blue frost is such a unique color combo. I thought this thing would just really pop out here, and it would be fun to make content going on road trips and putting some miles on it, and just generally see how it does. Now, I do want to address the next big question. Up, let's turn that off. No. All right. The next big question that I'm going to get is, and it's a genuine, legit question too, why would you buy something like this from a dealership at retail cost when you could have bought one from a place like, oh, I don't know, Copart, IAA, and you could have got one wrecked or salvaged for a whole lot less? Well, believe it or not, guys, There is a reason. Look at that level 2 charging right there. Is that the level 3? I'm sorry. Level 1 and 2 here. Level 3 right there. Fast DC fast charging on board. I'm going to plug in the turbo cord real quick, and we're going to come back and I'm going to answer that question for you. Now, of course, if we do decide to keep this car, we will have to send it down to the Auto Spa LLC, and we will get it cleaned up, paint corrected, coated, the whole works. She is charging. And our level 1 is plugged in, which unfortunately level 1 is, well, yeah, it'll probably take 24 hours to charge the battery on a level 1 charger. Now, I said I was going to explain because I've had a lot of questions in the past. Why did you buy this car? Why did you buy that car? Why didn't you get it from the insurance auction? Well, believe it or not, there's a good reason behind it. And the primary reason is as follows. I can go to my bank and I can get a loan for just about any car I want within reason. My bank will generally loan me up to $120,000. There are special circumstances where they might loan me a little more than that. And there are occasions where they have said, we're going to have to loan you a little less than that. And I've had to choose the cars I purchase based on what my bank says. But generally speaking, if you're in the $100,000 range, you're safe. The bank will generally loan me $100,000 without blinking an eye. The last Tesla SP90D with Ludacris that I purchased, that car was $70-some thousand, and the bank had no issues loaning that to me on top of all the other car loans that I had with them as well. So herein lies the problem. My bank will loan me money for a car, any car, Craigslist, Facebook, eBay, carsandbids.com. It doesn't matter where the car comes from. Carvana, the bank will loan me the money for it without an issue because I pay my bills. Now, they will not loan me money for a salvage title car, and that's the problem. Yes, I can go buy a salvage car and rebuild the title like that. The problem is that I have to pay for the car before I can rebuild the title. I can't pay for the car if I don't have a loan from the bank, and the bank will not loan money on an active salvage title. Yes, my bank will loan money all day long on rebuilt titles. They will loan almost retail on a rebuilt title car, but my bank will not loan the money if the car has a currently active salvage title. The bank won't touch it. So now I don't want you to get confused. Salvage title means it is currently wrecked, in salvage status, illegal to drive on the roads. Rebuilt is when you take the salvage title and have it rebuilt, reconstructed into a car that is legal to drive on the roads. It's kind of a catch-22. So yes, I can buy cars like this all day long. I can spend $20,000 on this. I spent like 40-something thousand, $40,000 on my Ram 2500. I spent $35,000 on my Jeep Wrangler. The bank has no issue loaning me money for these things. They just won't loan me money for a salvage title car. So unfortunately, that's the reason. That is the reason. If you saw me sell all my cars, they're all gone to IAA. Everything but the Tempo is gone. Guys, I'm trying to stack up some money so we can do something else. So a lot of people have asked me what the car buying experience was like with Carvana. And you're going to find mixed reviews, guys. It's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. Carvana has a very unique business model. I'm not sure, truthfully, if they're going to be able to stay in business. I don't know how they could possibly afford to operate the way they operate. If you drive a car, you can have them ship a car to you. Mine was shipped from California. Of course, you pay for that. It costs me like $400 to ship it. And if you return the car, you don't get that $400 back. So that's important to keep in mind. But basically, they give you the car for 7 days. If you don't like it for any reason, including buyer's remorse, you can just give it back. They'll take the car back and they'll resell it. You also get, without any additional cost, 100-day, 4,189-mile warranty. That's free. It's included with the price of the car. On top of that, the cars priced are generally under Blue Book value, so they're undervaluing the cars. You get a warranty. You get a 7-day return policy. Now, there is a stipulation. On that 7-day return policy, you get 400 miles. You're welcome to go over the 400 miles, but keep in mind every mile you go over 400 and you should decide to return the car, you're going to get fined $1 per mile. So remember that. That is a little caveat you might want to know about their return policy. So I could decide in 5 or 6 or 7 days from now that I just don't want the car. I'm not really that excited about it anymore. Buyer's remorse sets in, and I can call them up and they'll come pick the car up, take it back, sell it. If the wind chimes are bothering you, I apologize. I'm outside on the cabana, and apparently we have wind chimes out here I didn't even know. So anyway, the car buying experience with Carvana was awesome. I mean, the car came pretty much exactly as described. It lists where there's scratches or dings, and I found the descriptions to be very accurate. So at least I knew what I was getting when the car arrived. If there's a scuff on a wheel, if there's a stain on the interior, a hole, anything, they list it so you can see it before you buy it. Thus far, I have no complaints. It was a very easy, simple, streamlined process. I think one of the things I like the most about it is, regardless of how good a dealership is that I've been to, generally speaking, if I don't have my own financing, thankfully I do now, but back in the day when I didn't have my own financing, you go into the dealership and they try telling you, we can get you this rate, 3.5%, but to get you that rate, you got to have GAP. Oh, and on top of GAP, you got to have the extended warranty. And it's like, all right, they start selling you all these extra items. Extended warranties can be $4,000, $5,000. It's not like that with Carvana. No pushy salespeople. You can browse all the cars in the comfort of your own home. Now, again, it's important to mention, Carvana doesn't even know I'm making this video. All right, this is not sponsored. This was not planned. I found a car that I wanted, and I wanted to try it out, and I just went and bought it. It was easy. It was simple. I didn't have to deal with the pushy salespeople. I didn't have to deal with $5,000 extended warranties. I was able to get the extended warranty because it is a BMW, and I highly recommend if you're going to buy a used Beamer, get the warranty. $2,000, guys. $2,000 for a warranty that will carry me up to 100,000 miles, and I think it's 4 or 5 years, 60 months. So 5 years, 100,000 mile warranty that covers just about everything other than, I think, normal wear items. But door bushings, window struts, covers them. When I went to the Carvana vending machine, the gentleman there was very nice. It was literally in and out. I walked in the door, showed him my ID, my driver's license, showed him proof of insurance. He had me sign 3 pieces of paper, and he handed me my coin, and that's it. We're done. Out the door we went, and we came home. It was that simple. And they gave me a coin to keep for myself, and it's not some cheap plastic coin. It's a big metal coin, and they gave it to me, a second one that I could bring home and keep as a memento. So honestly, so far, I love the car. The i3 is fun, and speaking of the i3, I thought it was going to take 24 hours to charge on level 1. No. Fully charged in 12 hours. And even better than that, this car has the 94 amp hour battery in it. It looks like the range with the gasoline included should be right at like 196, 185 to 109. Let's call it 185 to 190 miles range. But with a special dongle that I bought from Amazon and an app called Beamer Code, I should be able to unlock another half gallon of the fuel tank and set the Rex to come on and hold the battery charge at about 75%, which should extend the range we can get out of this car, which would be epic if you're going to be taking a road trip. And no, it does not void the warranty because you are not doing anything to the software that could damage the car, okay? It's not like when you buy a tuner and you plug a tuner in and it changes everything. It's not like that. All that Beamer Code does is goes in and allows you to change all kinds of options. Headlights, door chimes, the displays. You can change everything, guys. But it's all stuff that's already coded in to the ECU from the factory, including stuff that's available in other markets like Europe, but not available here in the United States. So you're not doing anything that'll void your warranty. You're simply switching a switch on or off that may have been off because of standards in the US, but maybe turned on in Europe. You can toggle those switches on and off. That's all Beamer Code does. It's not a warranty killer or anything. And if it can get us extra range and we can get a hold status on the Rex and battery, Game changer, guys. Game changer. So that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. I really enjoyed bringing it to you. If something goes wrong, if I ever have a warranty issue, hell, maybe we'll even do a pre-purchase inspection. I think that would be a lot of fun to see if BMW themselves can find anything wrong with it. And if they do, being able to call on Carvana and say, hey, we've got this issue. Let's see if you take care of it. Or should I decide to return the car? It's going to all be documented right here. And remember, here in the very near future, I plan on driving this car with a buddy of mine, Monkey Wrench Mike, all the way to North Hollywood, California, probably Los Angeles, probably a few other places out there, turning around driving all the way back to Oklahoma. We're going to put some miles on this thing in the very near future. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed the content, hit the thumbs up button, drop your comments down below. For my OG subscribers, tell me, please, does the audio sound good? I spent about $300 the other day on the new Rode Wireless Go 2 microphones, and I'm hoping it improves the audio quality. Today we're recording on the GoPro Hero 9 Black in 4K 60. So drop your comments below. What do you think of the BMW i3? What do you think of it having a gasoline generator that charges the batteries to drive the electric motor when you run out of battery range? To me, it keeps it a pure-ish, is that a thing? A pure-ish EV. And before we go, yes, I considered the Chevy Bolt. Yes, I considered the Chevy Volt. Yes, I considered the Nissan Leaf, the Fiat 500e, obviously Tesla Model 3. I considered a lot of different cars, guys, but at the end of the day, this one looked like the most unique, fun, exciting little EV that just so happens to have an emergency backup plan called a REX. REX for range extender. Little bitty engine that can get you through the rest of the way in the event you do run out of range. This car had everything, including level 3 fast charging capabilities, the bigger 94 amp hour battery, and for $19,900, I couldn't find anything else that I like nearly as much as the BMW i3. So stay tuned. We'll do more videos on this. Drop those comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. Don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, where you're going to see stuff like this probably a week before it ever comes to video, at Auto Auction Rebuilds. Links down in the description below. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next one.